Hi friends, welcome back to EduTap. Today we have brought for you lecture number 27 under your fast track series. So as you know, this fast track series is covering your current affairs related to ESI and finance, and this particular video and this video series is going to be helpful for RBI Grade B and NABARD Gr A. So you can see what are we aiming to cover through this particular series. ESI and current affairs would be covered, which are important for RBI and NABARD both. And if you are preparing for NABARD particularly, then you have to refer to agriculture and rural development in news series also. That is, in that series we are covering ARD in news right from the month of January. So you can see about our previous results, since we have been working in this field from quite some time now. So in RBI Grade B 2017, there were 27 selections from our EduTap, and NABARD Grade A 2018, 26 students were selected, and there were only 46 generalist seats. So you can see that out of 46, 26 were taken by EduTapians. And RBI Grade B 2018 interviews are going on, and we are expecting a great result because in phase 2, 280 selections have already been made. So moving to your lecture of the day, see, today we are going to cover November 23rd to 30th. So this would be the last video of the November month. So do keep revising all these video lectures and download the PDF also. So today we'll be covering ESI in news, then we'll move on to the finance, and there will be 5 MCQs which will be derived from these news only. And let's just start then. So their very first news is about a portal, Bhudar portal, and a unique identification code. See, there is basically there's this portal for the land record identification of the lands, and there's this land record portal. So Andhra Pradesh government has launched this web portal called as Bhuseva. So Bhuseva is the portal wherein the land records would be available with their unique identification number. So that is a good initiative taken by the Andhra Pradesh government. So that identification number would be an 11-digit number, and it would be referred as Bhudhar. So it is basically being connected to Aadhaar. That means Aadhaar is the database, a unique identification number for individuals. So Bhudhar would be, Bhu means land, so it will be a land identification code. So this would basically help to generate the identification number on the portal, so that the land records are available and easily accessible to people. So do keep this in mind. It is a very important initiative which is taken by this government. So just read about Bhuseva portal and Bhudar code. These are important. You can just go through them. Already I've told you what is this portal and this code. So temporary Bhudar would be assigned firstly, and then after the verification, that final Bhudar would be provided. So the cards would be available to the farmers and the land holders. So E-Bhudar and Bhudar are the two types of Bhudar cards. So that would be it if you keep all these news related to this particular thing. Okay. So second news is about a gender wage report. See, this is a very important report, and all the important international reports are asked about in the examination. So I'll just tell you that this global wage report is comprehensively covered in your 5 MCQs video lecture. So if you are not going through that, just go back to that particular video about ESI 5 MCQs, and you can cover this report in comprehensively there. So gender wage gap is highest in India according to this report. Now see, this report is actually released by ILO, that is International Labour Organization. So this is also a UN agency. Now it is basically trying to see that what are the wages, and there are gaps in the wages for male and female. So, and interestingly, it was considered that on an average 34% women are paid 34% less than men on an average. So this is the global finding. And the report has said that India has highest average real growth wage. So in Southern Asia, the real wage growth has been highest in India, and all important things are mentioned here. You can just go through them. And also another thing was that India has actually one of the highest wage gaps in the males and females. That was also a finding of the report. You can download the PDF of this particular lecture from the Telegram channel. The link is mentioned in like below in the description below, so you can go there and download the PDF so that you can revise it later. Okay, so your next news is about from ESI section is about the Logix India. So Logix India is a mega logistics event. So Commerce Ministry has launched the logo and the brochure of this Logix India event. See, it is going to take place in New Delhi from 31st January. So in the coming year it is going to take place. You can see the logo of Logix India. Now, what is the relevance of this Logix India? I'll tell you that there's this logistics. India is considered to not have at par logistics it requires. So, this event is going to boost the logistics sectors. All the stakeholders would be brought in, and the kind of a platform would be provided so that they can discuss their issues. So this logistics event is being organized by the Federation of Indian Exports Organization. So this particular initiative of Logistics India is organized by, you can just keep this in mind, and obviously it will enable the effective international trade logistics. So with this I just recall that there was this index on the logistics also, the World Logistics Index. So you have to find the rank of India on that particular index. India has although improved. So I'll give you just the hint that index is released by World Bank. So go find it out. Let me know in the comments below, and you'll be able to relate this news to that particular ranking of India also. Okay. So we are done with the ESI news. Today in this particular video we have more finance in news rather than ESI. As usually we have more ESI. So today let's start with finance in news then. Okay. So your very first news under finance section is the relaxation of the rules for NBFCs. So non-banking financial companies have been, the rules have been relaxed by the Reserve Bank of India to sell or securitize their loan books. Now this is important because NBFCs are themselves important. RBI has now come up with the new rules in which they have relaxed NBFCs to sell or securitize their loan books, so that what is the existing nowadays there's this kind of stress in this NBFC sector. To ease that, RBI has come up with this particular rule. If you are following the news, if you are going through the videos, you must know that there was this crisis in the NBFC sector due to the IL and FS. There was this that is a non-banking infrastructure company. So they can now securitize loan of more than 5-year maturity after holding those for the 6 months. So this is a very important rule. Do keep this in mind, and do also keep it in mind that it may change. So what is the exact rule, current rule? Before your examination you have to keep that in mind. Okay. So you can just go through about the non-banking financial companies I've mentioned here. So they are basically engaged in the business of loans and advances, also the stocks, bonds, etc., which are issued by the government or any local authority. So this non-banking financial company is not lending the money, but it is registered under the Companies Act of 1956. So these are some important things about NBFC. Anything else you know about this particular thing, you can let me know in the comments below, and let everybody know so that your knowledge can be helpful to others also. Okay, let's move on. So there's this portal called as Paisa portal. Now this it is very interesting because this portal is regarding the affordable credit and interest subvention access to loans. Now this is important because it has been launched by the Ministry of Housing. See, as India has this housing for all mission, which government is actually planning to provide houses to all by 2022. So that particular mission is implemented by Ministry of Housing. So you can relate this particular portal and this initiative to that scheme. So there's this centralized electronic platform for the processing of the interest subvention on the bank loans to the beneficiary. So the subvention would be provided by the Ministry of Housing, and it is particularly under the Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana. So it has been launched under this DAY, National Urban Livelihood Mission. So this portal is called as PAISA, that is Portal for Affordable Credit and Interest Subvention Access. So you can see PA, ISA, all these things have been taken from here. And important thing is that this portal has been designed and developed by Allahabad Bank. So this also becomes important for you to note it down. So yes, just go through it properly. DBT, direct benefit transfer of the subvention on the monthly basis, would kind of provide a financial support under this DAY NULM. So a very important initiative which has been taken, and it would be kind of a relief to the people who are taking these interest loans for their houses and etc. Okay, so this is again important, double taxation avoidance agreement. So this agreement is very much important. We will discuss this agreement. First, let us see what this news is about. So India and China have amended their DTA. See, India has this agreement, double taxation avoidance, as you can see from the name itself, that it is a kind of agreement which actually avoids, or yes, it avoids the double taxation. So that means an entity which is operating in two countries and it is paying a loan at in one country, it does not need to pay the taxes at the in the other country also. So that is a kind of double taxation which is avoided if the countries have signed this agreement. So that is very important. Now see, DTAA is also related to base erosion and profit shifting action. I will tell you how. See, if two countries have this double taxation avoidance agreements, that means Singapore and India have, we are taking this for example, that Singapore and India have this agreement, and there are some companies which are paying the taxes in Singapore, then they don't need to do the same in India as well. So now what will happen is that there are some strategies which are used to avoid deliberately the taxes, that is the laws which have less taxes applicable, they will be used, and the country which has the less taxes slab and all, the taxes would be paid there. So that is a kind of strategy called as BEPS, that is base erosion and profit shifting. So under the DTAA and BEPS are these two things. And now let us come back to your news then. So India and China have amended their DTAA to prevent the tax evasion through the exchange of information. So they will be exchanging information, India and China, on a regular basis so as to prevent the evasion of tax. So all the latest international standards have been incorporated in the amendment of DTAA. So India has this multilateral convention also, India signed it, and bilateral also India has DTAAs with many countries. Okay, so this was a very important news. Moving on. Okay, so I have already told you about DTAA. You can just go through it once. A tax treaty signed between two or more countries. A taxpayer resides in one country and earns income in another. So to avoid the double taxation, these agreements are signed. So basically, if there are such agreements, it is good also, because the companies, people would be, it would be of great help for them, and a kind of entrepreneurship and business atmosphere would be developed in the countries. So that is why these are signed. Okay. The countries also are mentioned here: China, UK, USA, UA, all these countries have DTAs with India. Singapore is also there. I had taken the mentioned example of Singapore and India only. Moving on. So we are done with the news from the past 7 days. Now there are MCQs, and let us see if you are able to solve the MCQs. So very first question is, Bhudar, a unique land identification code, has been launched by which of the following states? So B is missing here. By which of the following states? So an easy question. Are you able to recall it? Andhra Pradesh, Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan or Haryana? So this Bhudar code, in resemblance to the Aadhaar code, has been launched by the government of Andhra Pradesh. So global wage report is released by which of the following organizations? This is an easy question and a typical exam question. So this report is released by is it WTO, IMF, ILO, UNCTAD or UNDP? So This report is released by, correct answer is option C, ILO. So International Labor Organization comes up with this global wage report. And even if you don't know the particular question, you can even have a guess, because wages, it is about the wages. So wages is related to laborers, and the organization which is directly related to the laborers, it is ILO only. Okay, question 3. Logix India was recently seen in news. So it is a dash. So this Logix India, is it a logistics report, logistics event, web portal, trade fair, or do you think it is none of the above? Give yourself 10 seconds, try to recall. So logistics event is the correct answer here. So Logix India is the event, a mega event to promote the logistics development. Question 4 is about the Paisa portal for interest subvention has been launched by which of the following? So this is a bit tricky. If you don't know about it, it becomes difficult for you to know that it has been actually launched by MoHUA, that is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. So E is the answer here. It has not been launched by RBI or SEBI, even the Ministry of Finance. Okay, so final question of this video lecture is, India has recently amended its double taxation avoidance agreement with which of the following major countries? So recently is there. So if it is particularly mentioned, we have just covered that the recently amended agreement is with, it is with China. So here are your correct answers. You can tell your score, let me know about your score, and you can also tell us about your feedback and how do you like this particular video lecture. So in case of any query, you can just visit our website www.edutap.co.in. I would recommend you to go and visit our website, and you can also drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in. You can even call us or WhatsApp us at this given number 8146207241. So yes, that would be it, guys. Okay, so this is the link of the Telegram channel I had mentioned earlier. So you can just go to that this link and download the PDF so that you can revise it later. And if you like this video, which I really hope you would, then do like it, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends. And I wish you all a very happy learning from the team EduTap. Thank you for being here. See you in the next video.